Alrighty, folks, good morning, good afternoon. We are the day after our benchmark. We'll be getting those scores back sometime this week. They were okay. Definitely could have done better, but moving on, we will try some different things here and there to try and improve those. And then if you did not do so hot, you will be able to do some corrections. So we'll see where we go from that. All right, so for today, we're just going to get in the Dark Ages vocab. All right, so you're just getting into Dark Ages vocab. So your bell work should be done. You do need a device with your headphones, and I will, if I haven't already, be passing out a vocab list. All right, so empire divides after Constantine. We talked about it split up in the west, the east. In the east, you have the Byzantine Empire, and then the Western Empire falls in 476 AD. All right, so this starts the Dark Ages, also known as the Middle Ages. War, disease, feudalism, ignorance. Okay, ignorance meaning that they think a lot of things are going to happen. Maybe just so paranoid because of the things that they believe are going to happen. Okay, so vocab for the Dark Ages. After the Western Roman Empire was conquered, Roman soldiers were no longer there protecting the people. Most of Western Europeans knew that they needed protection from invaders. Again, one of the main causes for the decline of the Roman Empire was because of invaders. All right, therefore, a feudal system began. Following words describe the system of feudalism. Okay, so looking at this, we have all different classes of types of people. We have peasants, we have knights, nobles, and obviously your king. Okay, so peasants, those are your poor, low people. Knights would be like your military. Nobles would be those right under the king. So if you were a peasant and you wanted protection, okay, you would provide food and services to the knights. Okay. Then the nobles would provide the knights military and protection from others and military service. All right, nobles would then give money to the king. All right, the king would then go on to the other side. The king would then give land to the nobles. Nobles then give land to the knights and vassals, and then knights and vassals eventually would give protection to the peasants. Okay, so just looking over that, all right, you have peasants at the bottom over there on the left. They provide food and services for the knights, and then going up, you see where we look. Okay, so we may be doing a play posit with this, not sure yet. So if we are doing a play posit, all right, which word is this? That is feudalism. All right, social and political structure where different social classes would exchange service for protection. All right. Looking at your list, which word do we think we have here? All right. Manor, large area of land granted to a noble. All right, which word? Serf. Person in a low social class that worked land owned by someone else. So this would be similar to a peasant. Monarchy, a type of government ruled by a king or queen. Some of your bell work. All right. Again, manor should be a large area of land granted to a feudal lord or a large home on the large area of land. Many serfs would work on the manor. All right, serf, person who in the low social class that worked land owned by someone else. All right, which word? Monarchy, a type of government ruled by a king or queen. All right, code of honor and loyalty to the Lord. This would mean chivalry, the system of values that knights in the Middle Ages were expected to follow. Some of you know this as when boys treat girls the right way, hold the door open for them, have manners and all that type of stuff. But the word originally means system of values the knights in the Middle Ages were expected to follow. The way men are supposed to act, basically. All right, which word? So this goes back to what we talked about at the beginning. You have the system class of people. So what do you think? This should be feudalism. All right. So Lord or vassal, okay? We'll get into this here. Who is the Lord? The noble or the knight? The king or the noble? King or knight? All right? Who is the vassal? Noble or knight? King or noble? King or knight. Now, we haven't talked about lord or vassal. So this person here, the one kneeling, would be the vassal, okay? Someone who has received the protection or land from the Lord in exchange for loyalty and service. Over here, this would be the Lord, someone having power or authority over others. All right, so which word? A large area of land covered by a noble, someone having authority over others. Code of honor, someone who serves the Lord. And social political structure in the Middle Ages. All right, so I'm either going to have you write these down, or we're doing a play posit, so you should know what you're doing now. All right. The church, after the Western Roman Empire was conquered, Western Europe was divided into smaller kingdoms. These kingdoms often fought each other for land and power. The king would often send his knights to go battle against other kings and knights. So, however, despite the fact that Europe was fractured into many kingdoms warring against each other, the church and the pope still tried to unify Europe. All right, so if there was one unifying thing, one thing that brought them together was the church. So the following words are related to the Catholic Church. All right, all of the ones that we've done so far have been related to feudalism. All churches were Catholic at this point. Other Christian denominations such as Baptist, Methodist, they're not there yet. Okay, so again, Christianity started in Southwest Asia, but eventually grew to be the major religion in Europe. We've talked about this. The first one would be Pope. Currently, we are living during Pope Francis, or who's the current Pope, is papacy, all right, the office or position of the Pope. All right, large religious community, monastery. Which word, going along with yours, should be monk. Which word, like this guy settles down here, should be friar, member of the Mendicant religious order that travels around teaching Christianity. Again, most people did not know how to read at this time. And then this one's pretty simple. Nun, member of the religious community of women. All right, so church structure. We have cardinals at the top, then bishops, then priests, then monks, and nuns. And then at the very top, we have your pope. All right, so Pope, leader of the Catholic Church. Clergy, people such as priests, bishops, cardinals, who are the leaders of the church, who perform religious ceremonies. And monks and nuns. All right, so clergy, people such as priests, bishops, cardinals, who are the leaders of the church and who perform religious ceremonies. Monastery, a religious community. Again, rapid fire, leader of the Catholic Church, member of the religious men, community of men, member of the religious order that travels around teaching Christianity, leaders of religion, and a religious community. All right, so last group of words will be useful as we learn about medieval Europe. This is a very long period of time, so we'll divide it into two parts. You have the Dark Ages, the Early Middle Ages, and the Late Middle Ages. So if I say medieval, relating to the Middle Ages, relating political, relating to politics or government, and then aesthetic, meaning relating to art or beauty. All right, so the play was an aesthetic success, but the acting was terrible would be an example. All right, Middle Ages. All right, so again, this is feudalism, so we may be doing a play pause with this, or I may have told you to write these words down, whichever you think. So we will continue on tomorrow with feudalism and go more in depth with the church. So at this point, you should pause